Hello there everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to check out ebooks through the app Libby. Before we get started, you're going to want to have your library card number on hand, and if you prefer to read books in your Kindle app, you're going to want to have that installed on your device as well. Let's get started. The first step is downloading the Libby app. I'm on an iPhone, so if you are on an Android or another device, go to whatever your equivalent app store is and search for Libby. Go ahead and download this now. Now you'll notice it says Libby by Overdrive. If you're familiar with the ebook provider Overdrive, you might be surprised to learn that they've also created the Libby app. The exact same books are available on Libby and Overdrive. So if you check out a book on Overdrive, but you choose to read it in the Libby app, you'll have a shared bookshelf with all of those books. So now you'll see I have Kindle and Libby up here. Go ahead and open the Libby app. This is where you'll want your library card. Go ahead and tap Yes. And because each library system is different, you're going to have to tell them which library you're part of. I'm going to go to I'll search for a library. And since I'm part of the Riverside County Library System, I'm going to type in RCLS. Here we go. Go ahead and tap that. Now if you have your library card on hand, go ahead and enter library account details. This is where you'll enter your library card number. Once you've entered it, it'll ask for your PIN. If you're using a Riverside County library card, your PIN is typically the last 4 digits of your phone number. Go ahead and sign in now. Alright, I'm signed in. You'll see here that it shows 0 out of 10 loans and 1 out of 5 holds. Your loans are books that are currently checked out to you. Holds are books that are checked out to someone else right now and that you're waiting for your turn. If you're signed in, go ahead and tap Next. If you're familiar with Overdrive, this home screen should look familiar. It's a little bit different for Libby because Libby was created to be a bit more user-friendly than the traditional Overdrive app. So there'll be a few differences, but overall, you should be able to navigate similarly. Now let me walk you through what's on the screen. In the top left corner is Search for a Book. This is where you can type in a particular title and see if we have it in stock. In the top right corner, you'll see a little bubble. If you tap that, you'll be brought to this page. This is how you manage your account on Libby. Things like your notifications and your different library cards. Now I did say different library cards. You'll see under Your Libraries, there's an option for See Library Cards. Because Libby is used by multiple libraries, if you have a card at another library branch, you can tap Add a Library, and it will add that library card to Libby, so you can have all of your books in one place. Right now I'm going to tap Hide, and we're going to go back to the main screen. Now about midway down the page, you see a button that says Preferences. If you tap that, you get a few options for customizing your search results and what you're looking for in a book. For instance, format. If you just prefer to listen to audiobooks and you don't really like reading ebooks on your phone, you can set it up so anything you search for will be an audiobook. Same goes for languages. There are quite a few offered by Libby. To minimize the Preferences screen, go ahead and press Preferences again. To the right of the Preferences button, you'll see Explore. This is another way to narrow down your search results. There are also different guides for kids and teens, showing popular books and recommendations. Let's go back to the main library. Feel free to explore the home page at your leisure. It should be similar to Overdrive and contain recommendations from librarians or people who work for Libby. If you're looking for something new to read, just check out the different genres and subjects available here. Now at the very bottom of the page, you'll see a little circle. On the left side, it says Library. On the right, it says Shelf. We're currently in the library. If you tap Shelf, this is where you will see any books you have checked out to you, as well as any holds you have waiting for you. Now let's go back to the library and check out a book. I'm going to scroll down to where we saw subjects. I'm going to go to Explore More Subjects and see what's here. Let's check out True Crime. Now you'll see under True Crime at the top of the page, it tells you how many books are here, as well as how many audiobooks. If any of the subgenres along the top, in this case, biography and autobiography, history, and sociology, if any of those seem interesting to you, you can go ahead and tap one, and it'll narrow your results even further. Now you'll see here that the first 2 books have Place Hold next to them. This means that there is currently a waitlist for them. And if you'd like to be added to that waitlist, you can go ahead and tap Place Hold. It won't be checked out to you right now because there are no copies available, but when it does come in, you'll be alerted through either a notification on your phone or an email, and you'll be able to check out the book. Since this is an example, I'm going to tap Refine and Availability. Going to Available Now means that everything that comes up, I can borrow right away. So let's go ahead and borrow this first book. You'll see on the right-hand side, there's an option for Borrow, Reading a Sample, or Tag. You can tap Borrow right here, or tap on the book itself, and you'll be brought to this page, which includes a description of the book, as well as some additional information. Go ahead and tap Borrow Now. Here it's asking you to confirm that you'd like to borrow the book. A maximum checkout for Riverside County Library books is 14 days, but you do have the option for a 7-day checkout if you don't think you'll need that long to read the book. I'm going to keep it at 14 days for now, and when you're ready to go, tap Borrow at the bottom of the screen. You can see here that we have successfully borrowed Pilgrim's Wilderness. Let's go into our bookshelf and check it out. And here you'll see the book under Recent Loans. You'll notice that to the right of the book, it says Read with Kindle. Now with Libby, you have the option to either read in your Kindle app or read in the Libby app. If you tap Manage Loan, you'll see a Read With button. If you tap that, you'll see it gives you the option to read with your Kindle or to read in the Libby app. In this case, I'm going to tap Libby app so that I can show you what that looks like. So the book has now been downloaded to the Libby app. This means that it can be read offline or while you are still connected to the internet. If you tap the center of the screen and swipe your finger to the side, you can begin reading. Now there are a few options for customizing your reading experience. If you tap your finger in the center of the screen, you bring up a menu like this. Up in the top right corner, there are 3 lines, and along the side are a few different options for navigating the book. Search lets you search for a certain line within the text. Chapters lets you navigate by chapter. Bookmark is for marking your place. And then there's reading settings. The first option here is text scale. You can make the words larger or smaller, depending on your preference. If the largest text size still isn't big enough for you, there's a button right beneath that says Include Accessibility Sizes, and it gives you even more options for increasing the size of the text. Below that are options for lighting. If reading on a stark white screen is uncomfortable for you, you can go from bright to a muted brown to a very dark setting. Go ahead and adjust to whatever's most comfortable for you. The final options for customization are along the bottom. These go into the design and text of the book. So you'll see right now it's under Publisher's Default. If I were to tap Scholar, it would change the font that the book is written in. There's even an Open Dyslexia font. Go ahead and change the settings to whatever's most comfortable for you. Now, if instead you want to open the book in your Kindle app, you're going to go to Manage Loan, tap Read With, and then tap Kindle. You'll then be asked to sign into your Amazon account. If you already have your Amazon and Kindle apps set up, go ahead and enter this information now. If you don't, consider making an Amazon account to keep all of your ebooks in one place. Once you successfully sign into Amazon, you'll be greeted with a page like this, with a big button that says Get Library Book. Now, if you want it sent to your actual Kindle instead of your Kindle app, you'll want to tap the button below the Get Library Book button. That'll let you decide whether or not you want it sent to your Kindle or your Kindle app. Regardless of what you choose, the book will still show up in your Kindle library regardless of which device you choose. So I'm going to go ahead and tap Get Library Book and show you how it appears in my Kindle app. Great! It shows the book has been sent to me. I'm going to go ahead and tap Done in the top left corner of the screen. And from here, let's go ahead and close the Libby app and go into our Kindle app. The book may or may not appear right away. If it doesn't, pull down on your screen to load in new books. And there it is, first thing in line in my library. If you tap it, it'll start to download. You'll see that the book is now in my library and ready to read. Now I want to show you how to check out an audiobook. Audiobooks cannot be opened in other apps. You have to listen to them through the Libby app. So let me walk you through what that looks like. Right on the home screen, it looks like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone is available for checkout. So I'm going to tap the audio version of that. You'll notice there is a small label on the bottom that says audio with two little earbuds. Go ahead and tap the book to open it, and go down to borrow. You'll be asked to confirm if you want to borrow it. Go ahead and tap borrow to confirm. There's a small circle next to the book on the left side of the screen. It's slowly filling up, showing that the book is downloading to your device. Even if it isn't finished yet, you can still open your audiobook. So go ahead and tap the Open Audiobook button. And here we go. From here, you can just press that big play button and start listening to your audiobook. Along the top of the screen, you'll see a few buttons. The very first one, if you tap that, actually speeds up the recording. So if whoever's talking is a bit slow for you, you can tap this up to 2 times the original speed. The second option is shaped like a moon. If you tap that, it sets a sleep timer. If you want to fall asleep listening to the audiobook and would like it to shut off after a certain point, this is a good option for you. The third option is a bookmark, if you want to keep a certain place in the text. And the 3 lines in the top right corner are just another way to navigate between the chapters. I'm going to go ahead and tap back on the top of the screen. And from here, I'm going to go to my shelf. Now I'm going to walk you through what you do when you'd like to return a book. So let's say I don't want to finish reading Pilgrim's Wilderness. That's fine. I'll just return it early. You're going to go to Manage Loan, and right below where it says Read With, you'll see Return Early. Go ahead and tap that. From here, you'll be asked to confirm that you'd like to return the book. If you had the book downloaded to the Libby app and were reading it there, it'll automatically be removed. If you were reading the book in your Kindle app, you will not be able to continue after you've returned the book to Libby. Although it will still appear in your library, but I'll show you how to fix that. So from here, go ahead and tap Return to return your book. Alright, the book has been returned. Go ahead and go to Shelf, and you'll see the book is now under Recent Returns. Even if you decide not to return a book early, the great thing about ebooks is that there are no late fees. They will automatically get checked back in when their due date comes up. Now let me show you how to remove the book from your Kindle. Now we're back in the Kindle app. You'll see that Pilgrim's Wilderness is still there for me. I'm going to hold my finger down on the cover of the book, and these options will come up. I'm going to remove from device. This will delete the book from your device. So now the book has been uninstalled, but it's still in your library. Go ahead and hold your finger down on the cover again. This time, we're going to remove from home. This will remove the book from your library. One last thing before we finish up. If a book ever gets returned before you're finished reading it, the next time you check it out, you'll be given the option to go right back to where you were the last time you were reading. And that's it! I sincerely hope this video was helpful for you. And if you have any further questions, please feel free to call, email, or live chat with your library support team. Happy reading!